Live from downtown, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit. Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
3 buildings destroyed by fire, another one damaged, but most importantly, people had to be saved. Hear from the husband and wife who had to jump out a window and climb down a fire ladder.
The new numbers are in on Dorian, and the story is not getting any better for anybody in the southeast. We'll track the latest.
All right, Ben, an innocent bystander gunned down at a Detroit gas station. A security camera captures the whole thing. Police are now hoping you can help find the shooter. Topping our news today at 5, it was one of those shots you just saw that killed a man who was walking out of the gas station, apparently just going about his own business.
Yes, that shooting happened right around 11 last night on the corner of Fort and Schaefer. Priya Mann live there tonight as police hunt for that shooter. Priya, any leads?
And Karen Devin, police believe gang violence claimed the life of this innocent man. Let me walk you through what happened. That white van pulled up here and a shooter jumps out, starts firing. Now that innocent man was just walking out of the front doors of that gas station when he was shot and killed. Armed with an AK-47 type assault rifle, the shooter fires about 40 rounds within seconds. While the intended targets got away, an innocent man was killed.
Where was it at, here?
Right there, right through the front doors. That's why it's boarded up.
Oh, I didn't even know that. It just told me something new I didn't even know. But no, that's kind of scary. Honestly, scary.
The 46-year-old man was simply walking out of the gas station around 11:30 Thursday night when he was shot multiple times.
It could be us right now. I mean, thinking, you're saying it's some innocent guy. Someone could just ride up right now and shoot all 3 of us. So that it's scary. It's very scary.
It's bad enough to go there to settle a dispute or whatever the reason that we eventually discover is behind the shooting with a firearm, but to go there and fire indiscriminately and hit somebody who's an innocent bystander is just horrible.
Detroit police say the shooting was between rival gangs. 2 people in a car were followed by the white van. The intended targets got away.
They fled the parking lot of the gas station, and rounds were being fired at the vehicle the entire time they were pulling away.
And an innocent man was killed. Collateral damage in senseless gang violence.
I feel horrible. I feel so sad for him. I'm sorry. Just pray.
Now, in addition to that shooter that you see on those green light cameras, police say that there were 4 other people inside that van. They were also shooting. Police are hoping that anybody recognizes that van or maybe something about that shooter and gives them a call. Now, because this is a green light gas station, that's why the video is so high quality. But again, anyone with information is asked to give them a call. Reporting live from Southwest Detroit, I'm Priya Mann, Local 4.
So, Priya, what about the intended targets? Are they cooperating with police on this?
No, they're not cooperating with police. That woman inside of that car, she ended up getting shot in the leg. The man that was in that vehicle got injured by shattered glass. They took themselves to the hospital. That's where police caught up with them, but they are not cooperating tonight. Again, police believe this is gang violence, and they're asking for your help. Send back to you.
Thank you, Priya.
Well, Hurricane Dorian has now reached, as we all expected, Category 3 strength as it churns in the Atlantic. Tough to tell it from the way Florida looks right now. This is live pictures from South Beach in Miami. Beautiful day, sunny, and as you can see, pretty busy too. Hard to imagine that out there in the water right now is this, a monster storm slowly marching toward land. This is a still photo of Dorian taken from space. So with the warnings up, it is time to prepare. And this is now what we're seeing all across Florida. People lining up for fuel, trying to make sure everything's ready just in case they have to evacuate. Let's get over to Ben, who's got the newest data on
Kevin, we just looked at this 5 o'clock advisory, and it's hard to believe that this story is getting scarier. The numbers don't look a whole lot different. We're still expecting a Cat 4 storm, but it is some of the subtle details that are getting very frightening. This is going to become a Category 4 storm here at 2 a.m. on Sunday. That is unchanged. Looks like this is making a beeline towards Florida. It is starting to slow down even more. So by 2 o'clock on Labor Day afternoon, this storm is still going to either be over the Bahamas or off of the Florida coast. Continuing to slow down, likely maybe not even making landfall now till 2 o'clock on Tuesday, and you can start to see that right turn. Notice this is still a Category 4 storm, and the Hurricane Center is keeping it at that intensity until Wednesday, when it could be along this coast. They are stressing that the location part of this storm is very uncertain, so you've got a lot of folks, not only in Florida, but Georgia and the Carolinas, that are now under the gun. In the meantime, DTE is sending 130 linemen and nearly 80 tree trimmers to the region to help with any restoration efforts. But right now, the rush is on to prepare. Jay Gray is in Cocoa Beach, Florida tonight. Jay?
Ben, good evening. Look, it's literally a day at the beach right now here in Cocoa. Families enjoying the surf and sand. Not as many as you'd normally see on a Friday heading into a holiday weekend. And first responders, officials are urging residents here as well as across the state to take advantage of these calm conditions before they take a dramatic turn for the worse. A flurry is building across the Florida peninsula. Not the winds and rain from Dorian. The storm's still well off the coast.
No gas? Okay, there.
The rush right now is millions of residents across the state stockpiling food, water, supplies, and preparing while they can for what's expected to be a violent storm.
This is going to be a major hurricane, Category 4, potentially even Category 4 plus.
The system is slowing down, growing and gaining strength, fueled by the warm Atlantic waters. Landfall now looks to be early Tuesday morning, but where still isn't clear.
We're below sea level, so I think everybody's fearing for the worst.
That fear has Mike Lekorchik securing everything he can on a boat that's also his home.
If it goes down, all my stuff is pretty much gone. I don't have a storage unit. Everything I own is right there.
Concern so many are dealing with in the water and on shore across the strike zone right now. Now, the first real effects of the storm will likely be felt sometime Sunday, and then things will go downhill quickly as Dorian makes its way toward the coast. In Cocoa Beach, Jay Gray, Local 4.
So many things to look at, including how many people are actually under the gun.
We keep hoping for a new development, taking it. So far, every development has gone the wrong direction.
Right. I mean, we're very confident it's going to be a Category 4.
Yeah.
We are very not confident of where it's going to go.
Exactly where it's headed.
And like you said, if it goes along the coast, it's just going to keep being fed and just continue.
Could be strong for a while.
Wow.
All right, obviously much more to come from Ben, not only now, but over these next couple of days. Now to major new developments tonight involving the dog attack that killed a 9-year-old girl.
Today, a judge dramatically lowered the bond set for Pierre Cleveland, the owner of those dogs. Let's get to Larry Spruill live in front of the jail downtown. And Larry, is there any indication he'll bond out?
Well, good evening, Karen and Devin. We are talking about a huge deduction when it comes to his bond. At first, it was $2 million. Now it's $20,000. I just spoke with the jail. They tell me that he is still in the system, but if he was to bond out today, that would still take some time because they have to operate and install the GPS monitor, which probably will not happen until Tuesday because of the holiday. But if and when he bonds out, he will walk straight out those doors. It's round 2 inside a courtroom Friday for Pierre Cleveland.
Call the case 195959.
Pierre Cleveland faced a judge again with his attorney present wearing this yellow cast. He's charged with the fatal dog mauling of 9-year-old Emma Hernandez. Police said his 2 pit bulls attacked little Emma outside her home while she was riding on her bike earlier this month. Shortly after that, police arrested Cleveland. A judge granted him a $2 million bond. But Friday at the probable cause hearing, his attorney argued against that for something lower.
I think a nominal 10% bond with the GPS can achieve all of those goals.
You know, I happened to see a case on the news the other day where a young lady is accused of drinking and not caring for her child while the child was in the bathtub, and that the mother, she came back and found the child deceased as a result of drowning. And she got a $150,000 cash bond.
A judge did lower that high bond from $2 million to now just $20,000, only having to pay 10% of that. But that's not it. He has to wear a GPS monitor, can't have any contact with any of the witnesses, and he can't have any animals. Now, unfortunately, there was another pit bull attack just this week. 2 pit bulls attacked and killed their neighbor's dog and then attacked its owner. I talked to one local dog trainer. He tells me he can change all of this for a low, and I do mean low price. I'm working on that part of the story on New Tonight at 5:30. We're live in downtown Detroit tonight. Larry Spruill, Local 4.
All right, Larry, back to you then. Well, Ford is recalling more than 550,000 pickup trucks and SUVs. Automaker says there's a problem with the seat back, which may not properly restrain people in a crash. Recall covers certain F-150 and Super Duty pickup trucks, as well as Explorers and Expedition SUVs. All of the models that are affected are between the model years of 2018 and 2020. So we've got a full list of the recalled vehicles. Yes, it includes brand new ones that are just out this fall on clickondetroit.com.
Labor Day weekend, it is the last gasp of summer vacation. It's the first weekend of football season, and you probably still have some back-to-school shopping to get done. But it's also time for fun and arts and beats and eats, rockin' in Royal Oak. Jamie Edmonds is live in Royal Oak tonight as the festival kicks into high gear. Always a fun time, Jamie.
Oh, Karen, this is a great time. Beautiful weather. I'm joined by Tim McCullough, title sponsor, Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort. What do you got, Tim?
Man, we got so much going on. We're happy to be down in the community. We brought down our whole crew. We brought down the spa. We brought down our front desk so we could talk all about the hotel, and we brought down gaming offers. So you come over, say hello, get some gaming offers from Soaring Eagle, and give you a reason to go back up to Soaring Eagle and have some fun. And we also brought down our gaming tent, which is really cool because you can win a whole weekend up at Soaring Eagle. Just come out and play your favorite games inside the gaming tent. It's really cool. It's air conditioned, has all the blackjack, the roulette, all this great stuff in there.
You know what's great, Tim? I'm feeling lucky. I'm going to go there.
Yes, you should do it. Thank you.
I'm going to bring in Stephanie McIntyre. We're in the Jeep area. Let's talk about Jeep.
We are. We're here at 6th and Center, right across from the main stage, and we have all these Jeeps on display if you're in the market for a new car, including the all-new open-air Jeep Gladiator. It's the only truck that's an open air, but you can come around and sit in all these vehicles and check them out, and we'll be here all weekend.
Stephanie, it's like you know me. I've had 6 Jeeps in my life, so I got to find a new one. Stephanie and Tim, thank you so much. We're going to get some fresh squeezed lemonade next. Karen, back to you.
All right, always looking forward to the food over.
Got to get to the eats part, exactly. Well, a stretch of Woodward in Ferndale turns into a crime scene as shots are fired outside a popular nightclub.
New tonight, what the club's owner says set off a wild chain of events.
Also, we're learning devastating new information to what killed a Michigan 7th grader during football practice. We'll have that too. Nick.
Take a look at this. Some historic buildings destroyed here in Mexican Town, but this is only one part of the story. The other part, the people who had to be rescued. They were trapped. You'll hear from them.